Hey, you guys, thanks for listening into this episode of Tips with T. On today, I have Mr. Juanna with us. Hey, Mr. Juanna, how are you doing?
Hey T, how are you doing? Let's talk some money today, huh?
I know I'm doing great. I'm doing great. We're within another tax season, but before we get into all that, tell us more about yourself and what you do.
All right. First, I want to say thank you, T, for having me on your podcast. I really appreciate the opportunity. Everyone, my name is Juanna Council Brown. I am in the state of South Carolina. I am a tax professional, certified tax pro, which means um, I prepare your taxes. I try to educate you on what laws and credits that's out there. I got some other businesses attached to it within the financial industry. I help you with credit restoration and score improvement. I'm a licensed insurance agent on top of that, and we do what we call financial analysis, which means we go through your numbers to see what you may need. And I'm a rep and ambassador with Legal Shield. We have prepaid legal services for about $24.95 a month, but that gives you actually unlimited consultation with an attorney or a lawyer within your state. That way you don't have to pay them hourly fees. You know how lawyers are. They want to charge you what, $150 per hour? I mean, with the membership, you actually don't get charged those fees. So I think that's always a good thing, especially if you're a small business owner, to try to get that legal portion because there are some people who try to get over on things or people that scam. So having that legal backup where where you can call and say, hey, I got a problem. You can ask those questions and things like that. So those are some things that I do within my businesses.
Awesome. Awesome. So how was your journey of becoming an entrepreneur for you?
Well, everybody, the journey is always, I'm not going to say hard because the word hard sounds so negative and difficult. It was a good experiment, man. I mean, I might have took a loss here and there, but I always say, hey, I get to write them losses off at the end of the day, at the end of the year, right? So I was that person. I'm a human, got my own story. So I was that person with the bad credit. I did not want to pay $600, $700, $800 to H&R Block or Jackson Hewitt. I used to work in the corporate field with those people, and the prices that people pay just to get their taxes, I was like, wow, And I understand some didn't even have those CPA credentials. So and plus I got 3 kids on top, so I didn't want them to grow up and did not understand the finance world. Taxes falls in that finance world. So credit restoration. You don't want to be running around here with a 500 credit score. You can't even get the car you want. So yes, I was that person with all that. I wanted to learn more about finances and credit. I've been doing taxes for a long time. I started working at Jackson Hewitt, and then I did Liberty Tax within the state of South Carolina about 10 years back. I used to do some of my families and friends, but I wouldn't charge them, but I was the to-go person. But I said, well, wait a minute. I wanted to kind of be the person to be humble. I wanted to kind of let people know, even though, yes, you might trust the H&R Blocks because they've been around for years, I want to let people know that there are some small businesses that actually want to have that, that relationship to say, hey, I understand, you trust them, but we want to be trusted because I want to show you that, yes, I'm going to show you the right way to do it. I'm going to educate myself so I can educate you. So in 2019, I started on my own entrepreneur, joined up with One Stop Tax to become a national franchise owner. And yeah, it was kind of rough. It ain't easy. I'm going to tell anybody this. It ain't easy. Later on in 2020, I found a mindset coach. So I started talking to her. Because shoot, I was getting down. I wasn't that type of person that had 300 clients off the gate. I had to build it up. So just like the passion you have as a parent that you don't want your kids to struggle, I'm like this for the community. Yes, definitely I'm gonna educate my children, but I want us as a community to be educated because us together, we're more powerful together than having the government just try to take advantage of us and try to say, here goes $600, you'll be all right. That's not going to take care of a family. $600 is an insult to the community. So I want to tell the community, I've been your struggle. I've been there. I know how it is, but I want to show y'all it's a better way.
Yeah. I'm glad you actually said like with the tax things, because me myself personally, I had started off doing taxes a couple of years ago. Back in 2011, I did taxes, work for Liberty Tax, and I realized, okay, the fees were ridiculous. For one, and then sometimes it is better to trust a small business owner because you can get that personal client based relationship, client to customer based relationship. And then you can also get that one-on-one that you need. I learned that, like, Liberty Texas, H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, they pretty much sometimes take your money. They don't try to find you the maximum amount of deductions, whereas someone that has their own small little accounting firm will try to help you out. Will try to sit down and help you get those deductions that you never thought you were able to get.
I know.
And that's one reason why I started my tax business, because it was, I got tired of seeing people, especially people of color, get taken advantage of when it comes to their taxes, not being well educated when it comes to their taxes, not being take the proper deductions, and not actually getting educated because they are people of color and they don't want, they're not, whoever they're going to is not educating them on how to properly do things within the year to get the deductions that they need in order to get a refund back. I mean, get a refund back or to break even. Right. So I definitely understand, like, why it's so important to want to educate that person and to help people out. Because I was there, I was at that same level myself.
Yeah, because like we both worked at Liberty Tax, but I even worked at Jackson Hewitt. But like I said, these businesses been around so long. These are $1 million franchise companies already. And I understand why the community trusts them, because they've been around so long. People might not trust me because they don't know me. That's why I'm doing podcasts. I've been on the radio. I'm trying to let y'all know I'm not no robot hiding behind this laptop. You know what I'm saying? And I want people to know, yes, there are some people that actually care. I'm not saying that. I mean, I don't want y'all money, because for one, the things that I'm trying to build for myself, I will go to jail even if I try, because I'm not trying to sit here and ruin what I'm working on. So yes, I'm gonna try to show you that I'm gonna stay humble. And I always tell people this: I pray every morning because I want to make a better way for me. I want to be within that 5 and 6 figure bracket. I will eventually. But like I tell people, it's not about money. See, H&R Block them, they got the money. They don't care if they mess up on your tax return. They got the money to pay the fines. I'm not just gonna mess up on your tax return. If it's something that you didn't give me or I don't have, I'm gonna say, hey, look, I'm not gonna finish it until you provide me with the right information. Because you gotta remember, some of these places that we work with do have compliance. IRS is probably one of the biggest compliance people you would ever think about, because they got auditors and they're going to look at that stuff, but they're going to also look at us as the preparers to make sure we did what we were supposed to do. Because even on the IRS website, it has due diligence up there. Due diligence is basically you did your job by asking the right questions. You're building rapport with your customer. And yes, I'm not saying that those people, Jackson Hewitt, H&R Block, I'm not saying they don't. But you gotta remember, they probably not even trying to work hard. I heard a story when somebody went into H&R Block, gave them a W-2, they was like, oh, you owe, and gave it back, and that was it. They didn't even say, good morning, how you doing? Sorry. And then they was like, if we do it, it's gonna be almost $1,000. I was like, well, what kind of forms you like? They must be gold-plated. Like, I mean, I'm just saying, ain't no way. But like I tell you, you gotta remember, see, they're part of a corporation. Right. Even though H&R Block is divided to different buildings, those are franchises, and those are $1 million franchises. So it doesn't matter to them. But someone like us who trying to make a difference within the community, yes, we're gonna have a heart. Y'all might think we yelling at you, but we trying to say, look, you can do this. Or trust some of the small people that's trying to help you, guide you to do it.
Right. Awesome. Yeah, I completely agree. So, you have created multiple streams of income. So, why do you think multiple streams of income is important, and which ones have you started and that you found to be very beneficial to you in your business?
All right, so yes, I actually put a meme on Facebook. Having multiple streams of income is not even a luxury anymore. It's actually a necessity. Now, back in the 80s, if you was an insurance agent and you probably had another job, that extra money was probably luxury to go on a cruise, because back then your stuff didn't cost much. But having that extra income, it was a luxury back then. But the way the economy has grown and the way technology is, I mean, everything is getting more expensive. Even buying a loaf of bread is almost $4, y'all. I'm just saying. So yes, to me, I have built multiple streams because the statistics show a millionaire has about 7 streams of income. I'm not saying y'all go do it, but I want to work on different projects because, like I say, I have children. So my passion is to be there and to help them and hopefully let them create their own businesses. Yes, they went to college and they did. I got one still in the 12th grade, but still, I want them to come to a point in some point in their time in life to say, you know what, I'm gonna still work this W-2 job, but I'm gonna have me some income starting for about a year or two. And when it start pumping, I can quit my job. And that way you don't get fired from your own job because you're not gonna fire yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So the ones that I found, the two biggest companies that are billion-dollar industries is the tax industry and the insurance industry. These two things been around since early 1800s and 1900s. The tax has been around probably since George Washington 1700, and it built up so much. It is now a billion-dollar industry. So I found being taxes because everybody has to do their taxes by law, even though some don't. I ran across a few.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying you got to, but eventually you're going to be paying the IRS back.
Right.
So if anybody wants to ever start there, I would say start in those industries. It might be boring or it might sound not exciting, like going to, a club or somewhere, or a bar, but you got to remember where the money is. If you want to start somewhere, I say start there. So I started in the tax, and like I said, I worked in the corporate field with Jackson Hewitt Liberty Tax 10 years ago. I used to do people taxes, wouldn't charge them. In 2019, I got off on my own and started being a franchise owner virtually. I do all 50 states. But I've been doing it so long, I kind of, it's like a habit now. I'm like, okay, let me see what IRS talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Let me watch the news and see what I can get. The insurance industry, I started that back in 2016. And the reason I started that because I wanted to kind of be on my own, but still work part-time at a W-2. I didn't want to keep putting my full energy on a 9 to 5 or a 2 to 11 and got to listen to people in my ear all day. So I wanted to bring down my hours. So I started there, and I learned a lot within the insurance industry. It is a big financial world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've added some other stuff like credit repair and legal shield, but a lot of people may not. I mean, in credit repair, everybody, that's in high demand right now. So I added that due to the demand.
Right.
If anybody ever wants to start a business, start with either the tax business or insurance, because those are billion-dollar industries.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we might necessarily not be millionaires, but you got to remember it is possible because the industry is billions.
Yes.
So that's how I started. And the reason, and that's why I got in those two industries to start with just those two, because it's so high in demand. And insurance is not just for final expense. I mean, they got so many products. And I mean, I'm still learning to this day, like, wow, we could do this, we could do that.
Mm-hmm.
So those are some things that I should, if somebody ever want to get in, you can always come on my team. You can always join Miss Melvin's team. She got referred, hey, being in the tax industry, it might be boring, but I'm telling you, you can make some good money within a small quarter.
Yeah, you can. And I know a lot of people that, they have done taxes just during tax season, and they make enough money to hold them out through the rest of the year or to the next tax season. The rest of the month, they're either vacationing or they're working on other businesses, like but they made so much profit during tax season. And I was also too, I would definitely highly recommend the insurance industry as well. I'm thinking about getting into the insurance industry. I actually stopped studying for my exam. I need to start back so I can take it, because that's the way that you can get constant residual income. Like that's, you do a policy, write a policy, as long as that person pays their premium, you get paid, you get paid every month, because they're making their monthly premiums. And just think about how much money you be making over time just by signing insurance policies, just selling somebody insurance that they need on a daily.
There are over, in different companies, I know one company in particular, there are over 111 millionaires. 111. Mm-hmm. They got people that, that's, I think one of them has about 100 teammates under them. But it took them a while to get there. I mean, I think one guy said it took him almost 2 years to hit the millionaire mark. But you got to remember, it was him and his wife together. So they were like doubling up. You know what I'm saying? So when that money came, it was being counted together. So they hit $1 million. So he could have did 500 and she did, they hit the $1 million. So like I tell you, and you don't have to be married to be a millionaire. Mm-hmm. There are single, and I noticed there are more Black people within the insurance industry, and it doesn't matter what company you get with, which is a good thing, because that's showing me that they're willing to learn some type of finance. Mm-hmm. And insurance would teach you. Mm-hmm. They would teach you how to do a financial analysis, how to literally sit there and help the customer or the client figure out their money. They would even certain companies will actually pay you to get your security license so you can literally do investments on top of insurance.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends on who you want to hang your license with.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at that like, wait a minute, this is $1 billion industry. There are over probably 1,000 millionaires and all together probably in the US. And you mean to tell me we can't be? Yes, we can.
Mm-hmm.
We all can get some of that $1 million because there's a lot of people in the insurance industry that right now are millionaires.
Okay. Yep, that's completely right. So you say you are you writing a book, or you wrote a book, or you working on the book? Tell us more about that.
So I'm going to be a co-author with one author. It's going to be me and 89 more. It's called The Joy of Journey. I already wrote my chapter and my bio, and it's more motivation. My understanding that one's supposed to be either coming out or start being published either the end of February, or we're going to do a book launch in March. So that one is going to be, I will be starting to post links and things when it start get toward that. And my own personal book is probably going to come out in either April or the beginning of May, because I'm writing like crazy on that one. I already got 16 pages copyrighted already with the copyright office. And this book is my story, basically what I did, what kind of research I started, and how I started motivating myself. Yes, I cried. I wrote that there because I'm human. I got feelings, and I'm writing my story. I want everybody to be inspired to say, look, we are humans, we are valuable, and we can make it. So yes, those are going to be those are my next projects I'm coming out on, and a book can be a good residual income also. And you don't even have to write a 100-page book. You can write you a 30-page ebook with just instructions on how to do marketing. I've seen that happen too. Mm-hmm. So that's what, and I'm using self-publishing through Amazon. Mm-hmm. It is free. I think they get probably a percentage on like how many you sell, but still you're going to get that every month.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks you, Miss Brown, for being on the show today. I highly appreciate you. So tell us where we can find you. I'm going to share your social media handles, how people can get in contact with you.
All right. So y'all, I am all over social media, everyone. Y'all can get in contact me with IG. It's at Juanna.counsel, on Facebook, Juanna Counsel. I am on LinkedIn and Twitter at Juanna Brown. And I have a YouTube channel. I only have probably about 20 subscribers. J Counsel 1996. I'm posting certain videos about like my business, tax businesses, and things like that. I've got some videos about Legal Shield. So I'm going to be doing more and putting more videos as I do other people's podcasts. If you want to email me, it's wannabe48@gmail.com. Like I said, you can always go to my social media. My inbox is open. I don't mind helping and answering questions. The only thing I just say, hey, just let me know who you are and you know what kind of questions you got for me.
Awesome. And if you guys want to get in contact with me, you can do so. My number is 910-317-0396. You can contact me by sending me an email at contact@mjfinancial.biz. You can schedule a consultation, you guys, on the website at www.mjfinancial.biz. You can find this episode on Anchor, you guys, and you can find this video on the YouTube channel for M&J Financial Management. And if you guys would like to be a guest on the show, or know someone who likes to be the guest on the show and to talk about tips or the entrepreneur journey, feel free to send me an email at contact@mjfinancial.biz. So thank you again, Ms. Brown, for being on the show today. We highly appreciate you.
I appreciate you having me. Thank you. Hopefully we can do this again. I enjoyed talking.
It was nice talking to you today. And all right, you guys, we will see you on the next episode of Tips with T.